Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Up next on ESPN, get your parkas and umbrellas ready. The forecast calls for a nice, steady downpour throughout this one. So we'll see if holding onto the ball and swimming will be effective. New York, San Francisco, now! Fact.
Well, the fans are looking for their seats as the teams are down on the field warming up. Welcome, everybody, to San Francisco, California. I'm Dan Stevens. Peter O'Keefe is at my side, as usual. And, Peter, this contest should not disappoint fans of the running game.
Well, you got that right, Dan. We've got two premier backs today, each vying for the spotlight. Tiki Barber is just a great all-around running back. He's got speed, vision, jukes, power, a little bit of everything. Kevin Barlow is more of a battering ram back. Over the course of a game, he'll wear on a defense to the point where they dread trying to bring him down. I'll tell you what, Dan, both these guys have potential to light it up today.
Okay, Peter, we'll see how... Graham kicks it, and we are underway. Peterson fields it all the way back at the 4. Eventually pushed out of bounds at the 42. Love gets the sack way back at the 39.
Love goes in unblocked and nails him to the ground. The O-line should be embarrassed. Watch this. Oh, yes.
Cousin sacks him back at the 34. It'll be 4th down. Rum hammers the receiver and forces him to drop the ball in. No good. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Tiki Barber was
We'll have to wait and see what happens here. They'll start at their own 30-yard line. Barlow will get the carry on 1st down. Barlow gets the call again and takes it upfield. Forced out at the 45. That will bring up 1st down. Man grabs the fastball over the middle and is well past the markers for a 1st down. Barlow picks up 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Barlow gets the call on 2nd down and barely picks up. Wood grabs the floater right sideline and gets past the markers for a 1st down. Goes in motion. Rattay throws a heater right sideline and it's tipped. Incomplete. Peterson tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete. Strahan sacks him way back at the 20. That will bring up 4th down.
Michael Strahan sends this offense backpedaling with a nice sack in the backfield.
They lose some yardage.
That's what usually works.
That'll be his 1st sack of the game. Has it sailed just left of the upright. Barber picks up 6 on the play and 1st quarter, and it's still a scoreless game. Manning throws a bullet to the flat, and it's complete. Short of the markers,
He had it all locked up.
That will bring up 2nd down. Barlow takes it for his 8th carry and heads wide right. Eventually tackled. Barlow loses 1 on the play, and that will bring up 4th down, 25-yard line. Barber gets the call on 1st down and stiff arms his way to a 1st down. Toomer snags the missile, and they get the 1st on 3rd and long. Manning throws this on a rope, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Idris moving. Not at all. They're just not getting it together. The timing, the routes, the protection, nothing.
Manning fires this one over the middle, and they can't connect. 21-yard line. Joseph gets the sack at the 16. Rattay throws a heater, and it falls incomplete. Henry gets the ball and punts it away. Joyce fields the punt at the 43. Brought down at the 47. Momentum throughout this one, which starts at their 47-yard line. Manning throws a bullet to the flat, and it's caught just barely past. Barber gets the handoff and passes the line. Tackled, and the clock rips him down in the backfield, and that takes them even farther away from the mark goal. For the ESPN halftime report, Boomer?
All right, Dan, interesting game at the half. We'll get back to you guys in a bit. First, we welcome everybody to our ESPN halftime report. I'm Chris Berman. Now we'll look at our halftime numbers and look at the difference in time of possession. The 49ers should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. We'll pick up the action midway through the first quarter. Tim Rattay would find his target on this one. Giants middle of the second, Eli Manning would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Niners aren't able to get on the board, and it's a scoreless game. It's time now for our Halftime Hero Award, which recognizes the most dominant player of the first half. Duh. This time there can be no question. William Joseph has played like a man possessed. And now let's...
He said their plan is to make some adjustments in the next half, and we'll see how it works out. Back to you, fellas.
Thanks, Susie. Toomer snags
Boy,
the
offense.
Manning throws a bullet to the flat, and it's complete at the 43. Runs out at the 50.
Third and short. Let's see if they can come up with another big stand.
Manning throws a heater right sideline, and the reception is made past the mark. Bashir tips it away on the coverage, incomplete. Manning dumps this one to the flat, and it's complete at the 43. Brought down at the 40.
This may turn him around.
Hilliard reels in the football, and they get the first on 3rd and long.
Ike Hilliard.
Manning throws the bullet, and it's complete at the 25. Barber carries it past scrimmage and heads upfield. Finally popped out of bounds at the 3. It'll be 1st and goal. Manning dumps this one to the flat, and it's incomplete.
Armani Toomer will fight through the slump and grab one to get rolling.
Engelberger penetrates and stops that back.
Yardage plays they might face.
3rd and long. Manning sings it to the right side, and it's caught at the 2. And Graham from 18 yards, and they take the lead. 26-yard line. Mann catches the heater left sideline, and that's a gain of 7 on the play. Rattay just rifles this one, and the reception's made at the 39. Tackled the chain.
On offense, it was always a plus to avoid 3rd down altogether, just like that.
Williams gets the sack way back at the 34. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. The Giants with a small lead, 3-0. Wilson makes a play on this one and forces the incompletion. That will bring... Manning puts his arm into this one, and it's caught at the 47. Finally stopped at the 42. 1st down. Barber carries it for the 9th time and heads left. Hunted down at the 32. Engelberger sacks him back at the 37. And along ahead. Shockey hauls it in right side and picks up maybe 11.
Jeremy Shockey, he's got such great hands and he'll get the ball a lot during this game.
Manning rifles it out left side, and they convert on 3rd down. here. Tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete.
Good play.
Barber picks up 6 on the play, and that will bring up third. Barber gets the call on 3rd down, and gets tackled short of the markers. That will bring up 4th. Graham with a 25-yarder, and he misses this one to the right. Down. The clock is stopped at 1:55. Latte throws a heater, and it's intercepted. And he's in for the touchdown.
William Peterson intercepts the ball close to the end zone, so you know he's going for it. And he gets it. What a huge play for the defense as they put points on the board.
Here's the point after, and embarrassingly, he misses it.
What in the world? Countering with a nickel.
Latte zings it to the right side, and the catch is made. The 49ers take their first timeout. Woods grabs the rope right side, and the 49ers will take a timeout. That's their second
for a play. Absolutely, but you got to fight through the slump and grab one to get rolling again.
Latte throws a beauty to the right side on 3rd and long and forces an incompletion. That was a good call by the defensive coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect D for that situation.
And it will bring up out on top 9-0. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Good job out there. We're going to be coming to you, baby. We're going to be coming to you. All day.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Giants stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. We'll pick up the action midway through the 3rd quarter. Tiki Barber would get the carry here. Good blocking up front. It helped to spring him. That set up an extra point-like 19-yard field goal. The Giants get the first points of the game and go up by 3. Ball at their own 32-yard line. Eli Manning connected with his man on this one. The Niners, after a red zone stop, Niners down by 3. William Peterson shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. And that's where we'll leave this one. Giants serve up a shutout, 9-0. Now let's take a sec to chat with our player of the game, the guy who seemed to be all over the field on defense and came up with big play after big play. William Peterson is on hand with Susie Culber. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You gave an outstanding effort, and you were instrumental in helping your team snag the win. What gave you guys the edge today?
I was feeling pretty good today, and things was just rolling for me. From the moment I stepped on the field, I felt like I could help us win this game, and that's what I had to do.
Back to you, Chris.
I'm Chris Berman.
This is SportsCenter.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Packers end up on the right side of an 11-point game. Sebastian Janikowski had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Edgerrin James rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Colts beat the Texans. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Zach Crockett will be playing his football elsewhere, though perhaps not for as much as he would have liked. 3 years, $1.7 million.
Giants, 49ers.
Perhaps
William Peterson was able to step in front of this pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. The Giants go on to win this by the final score of 9-0. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. Luckily, we had a relatively injury-free week, which makes my job just that much easier. Brandon Lloyd might be the biggest loss on this list. Doctors at the hospital reported finding a broken vertebra in his back, and needless to say, he'll be out for 14 weeks. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
By the coal mines of Pittsburgh, we had the Steelers squeeze out a 4-point victory. Down in Texas Stadium, we had the Cowboys get sent away with a 7-point loss. Panthers, Saints. The 7 ace, deuce, and plenty of use McAllister is in the backfield at the 37-yard line, gets the pitch, spins right there, whoop! And then at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! The Saints win this one by the final score of 11-10. The Seahawks erupted for 400-plus offensive yards in their victory at the HHH Metrodome. The Eagles won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Giants. Lee Evans had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Patriots, Dolphins. David Patton is ready at the 31-yard line. Play gets underway, close coverage. Oh, now with a beautiful move, gets open, and it's a 6 spot. The Patriots go on to win this by the final score of 30-29. John Kitna threw for 250-plus yards and helped his Bengals beat the Jets. Down in the sunny skies of Arizona, we had the Cardinals win by a 9-point margin. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
We'll shift gears now just a little and have a look at a few trades that should certainly be of interest. Rex Tucker leaves the Falcons and will be on his way to the Patriots, so he'll be asked to be a big part in what will be a revamped offensive line. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Matt Light is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
Rams, Buccaneers.
And
the Reverend Isaac Bruce is ready at the 31-yard line. Play gets underway, close coverage. Oh, now with a beautiful move, gets open, and it's a 6 spot. The Rams win this one by the final score of 37-17. Over at M&T Stadium, we had the Ravens come away with a 7-point win. And in our final game, we had the Chargers come away victorious. So, as usual, plenty of surprises around the NFL. And heck, we just got into week 1. My primetime players' game balls go out to these gentlemen, each one with a fine start to the season. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sport.